Hey YouTube, it's me Chadini. I titled this the Illuminatus Major because I'm going to shine some light on this topic. I'm going to illuminate on this certain secret. Many secret societies have protected this one simple truth. Many people believe that Jesus was not the Son of God or God reincarnated. Many people believe he was just a messenger of God. The secret that many secret societies try to keep secret is that Jesus did not die on the cross, but instead lived a very long life as a father and husband. Pontius Pilate didn't want Jesus to die on the cross because he didn't feel that Jesus was a threat to Rome. Matthew 27 states, the Roman leader, which is Pontius Pilate, asked, "What evil has he done?" And it goes on, "I am innocent of the blood of this righteous man. Do as you please." Jesus was in favor of paying taxes, which would have shown Pontius Pilate that he was not a traitor or a threat to Rome. Mark 12:27 states, "Render to Caesar," and this is what Jesus said, "render to Caesar the things that are Caesar's." So with just that line, it shows that Jesus knew taxes had to be paid. He knew that people had to pay their taxes. Now there was a conspiracy among Pontius Pilate, Jesus, and some of Jesus' followers to have Jesus go through an execution that would appear as real as possible. Pontius Pilate promised that he'd do whatever he could to make sure that Jesus wouldn't die. The Roman leader, Pontius Pilate, had the event take place late the day before the Sabbath. The day before the Sabbath, okay? So there could be no executions after sunset on this day, and none on the Sabbath itself. And no bodies could be left on the cross after sun went down. He also made sure that the cross had a footrest and that Jesus' legs weren't broken so that he could push himself up to breathe. Okay? In a time in which doctors and Eastern medicine, now you gotta understand this. You have women that have babies and they go through the C-section, where and I've actually seen it done where the woman's still alive while they cut her that deep, blood, everything, take the child out. She's still alive, able to talk to you. Now there's nothing new under the sun. Remember this. God already provided us that type of medicine, that type of technology already. What we did is we packaged it up to a point where someone got a patent on that. But it was already in with leaves and the herbs and stuff that you could cut someone up deeply and they'll still be alive doing this. For how long, I don't know. But nothing's new under the sun, okay? So, alright, during the time of, witch doctors and Eastern medicine, Jesus was given something to ease the pain. Jesus was pierced in the side, but not hard enough to kill him. When Jesus said, "I thirst," a lot of people believe they had a stick and was giving them some water on some type of sponge. But it was Joseph, a wealthy merchant. He came prepared to do his part, which he gave Jesus a special drink on that stick, that little sponge part that Jesus was licking. It wasn't water. It was a special drink that was prepared by Joseph to knock him unconscious. Jesus was then taken down from the cross after only a few hours. Most folks take about 2 to 3 days to die from crucifixion. What Jesus went through was horrendous, but it is hard to believe that a healthy 33-year-old man could have died in 3 hours. Okay. It is unclear why the Romans didn't stick Jesus in the ground where he surely would have died. Instead, Joseph, the wealthy merchant, and several others placed him in a rather accessible tomb with a stone to cover the entrance that just happened to belong to Joseph, the wealthy merchant. It's been reported in many historical journals that Nicodemus was a healer and could see the future. So he was a foreseer and a healer, probably somewhat like a witch doctor himself. And he went to Jesus' tomb with spices and other accoutrements. These were not to keep the body from rotting or spoiling, as the Jews were not into embalming. They didn't believe in embalming. These were intended to revive Jesus. Okay? The Roman crucifixions ensured torturous deaths by breaking the condemned individual's legs and keeping footrests off of the crosses. The Romans broke the legs of the thieves who were also crucified with Jesus. So why didn't they do the same with Jesus? The piercing of the side of the victim on the cross was to check for death. Okay? John 19:34 states, "But one of the soldiers pierced Jesus' side with a spear, and immediately blood and water came out." This indicates that there was a buildup around the heart and lungs. Jesus was still alive because of the immediate flow of liquid. This piercing could have very well been what kept him that helped him survive, because it released pressure. You know, if you feel pressure in your back and if someone cuts you, you focus on that one fresh pain now, and you kind of forget about the pressure that you was feeling originally. Jesus' body was removed because sunset was approaching, so they took him from the cross because sunset was approaching, the Sabbath was coming. Okay? If Jesus was resurrected, for example, would there be a reason for the removal of the stone sealing the entrance of the tomb? His resurrected body would have been in spirit form and unable to be bound by any human-made structure, right? Obviously, that stone needed to be moved so that his physical body could get out. John 20:14 states, "They have then taken away my Lord, and I do not know where they have laid him." Notice it didn't say buried. John 20:15 states, "Mary then sees Jesus, but doesn't recognize him. She thinks that he's a gardener, asking him, 'My Lord, if you are the one who has taken him away, tell me where you have laid him, and I will go and take him away.'" Jesus was in disguise, hiding from the Jews. Second, did this woman really think she could carry a dead man's body? Of course not. She knew Jesus was alive because Mary helped take him off of the cross. Okay, she helped take him off of the cross, so she knew he was alive. Okay? After Jesus calls Mary's name, she then knows it is him. He goes on to tell her not to touch him. And many Christians believe this is because he haven't ascended to his Father in heaven yet. However, many people that believe that Jesus survived interpret this a little bit differently. He simply didn't want Mary to give him an enthusiastic hug or embrace, which would have caused him pain, being that his wounds still wasn't completely healed yet. Luke 24:36-51 have a part where Jesus says, why do you tremble? And why do thoughts arise in your hearts? Look at my hands and feet. That is I. Feel me and understand, for a spirit has no flesh and bones, as you see I have. Here Jesus tries to explain that he isn't a ghost. Jesus is alive, a real body. When he said these things, he showed him his hands and his feet. And as they still did not believe because they were bewildered, he said, "Have you anything here to eat?" So now you guys have been illuminated. You see the light, the facts, and the stories. The Vatican holding a lot of stuff within their vaults away from you about the truth, and it's still a lot more to be revealed. But that's the biggest secret. And a lot of secret societies like the Lord's Templar, Freemasons, they've kept us away from you. Now, if you're an Illuminatus major, you might know something like this. I'm pretty sure you would know this already. if you made it that high up to an Illuminatus major. But if not, just keep trying to get up there, because that's the whole point, right? Trying to climb up the ladder in a corporation or an organization. But yeah, that's the truth. So the society we live in is really much a hoodwinked society. As you can see in the Freemason symbol, a lot of people think it's like it's a G, and they just see this, think it's like a mathematical thing. But if you really look at it as a hood, it's a G, but then it's someone with a hood on because they hoodwinked. And then, you know, at the top, you know, it's supposed to be like some type of dial, but it's an I. You could, you know, with the hood, you put the hood over you, so you can't see the truth. You know, unless, you know, it's how someone's wiser than you. How can someone be wiser than someone else? Unless they tricking you. MeetYourdini.com, support the cause.